What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dolo here, and I'm back with another video. Now, I know I've been gone for a minute, but your boy's been a little bit under the weather, and I just ain't really been feeling making videos that much. Had to get better, but your boy's back. I'm feeling a lot better, and I got a recent pickup for you guys. Now, I've had this shoe since about last week, and I just been holding on to it till I felt a little bit better to make the review for it. But it's a pretty dope shoe, and I really want to show it to you guys. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to everybody who subscribed to the channel. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and drop a comment down below. Leave a like on the video. You can even hit the bell so you know when I upload videos. It don't get no better than that. So we're gonna jump right into this shoe, and I'm gonna show you guys what I caught. So as I stated before, this is a shoe I've been caught. It's been sitting around in my room for a minute, but this shoe officially released on January 10th. Now, there was another release last year on December 21st, but not a lot of stores got that release, and the shoes were a little bit scarce. So when it officially released on January 10th, I really felt like I had to go ahead and cop this shoe. Now, I wasn't able to get it on Sneakers app because your boy was procrastinating a little bit, but I went over to Kia. Kia still had my size in stock. Now, that was a blessing because the only reason I was procrastinating because these shoes retail at $190. That's a hefty retail for a shoe like this. But it was too dope. I couldn't really pass it up, so I went ahead and picked it up from Kip, and they shipped pretty fast. So like I said, I've had this at my house since about last Tuesday. But that's enough for talking about the shoe. Let me show you what I got. Right here, we got an all black Nike box. Nothing really spectacular about that. Most of the premium Nikes come in boxes like this. Now, we're gonna look at the tag. You check out the tag here. You got a size 12, which is my personal size. And this is the Air Force One ACW. That's the Cold Wall Air Force One. Now, this is a really dope shoe. Came in two different colorways. And I wasn't really feeling the white and gray colorway, so I ended up picking up the black and gray one. It's a really pretty cool shoe, and I kind of had to have it in my collection, me being the Air Force One guy. So this was a must-cop for me. And here it is. This is the Nike Air Force One, a Cold Wall collaboration. And right off the bat, this is a really, really dope Air Force One. Very subtle shoe. They're not doing too much, not too much branding, so Nike nor the Cold Wall logos, they're not overtaking the other. But this being the Air Force One, a very iconic silhouette, you don't really lose that whole feel of the Nike Air Force One. And I see what Samuel Ross was going with putting the Cold Wall logo here. And it's not too big, and also taking away the Nike, the usual big leather Nike swoosh, and replacing it with a perforated swoosh. That's a pretty cool touch. I like what they did with that because, like I said, the branding on here is not too crazy, but the silhouette itself is still there. So they didn't really change too much silhouette-wise, and that was a good idea. Now, what Nike did with the materials on the upper, essentially they got what Nike calls their fly leather material, which is a leather material that's made of at least 50% recycled leather fibers. That's pretty cool that Nike uses a material like that. You know, they're taking care of the earth, and that's a pretty dope thing. But also with that fly leather material, you also got this nubuck material on the back panel here, and along the side, the top of the shoe where the eyelets are usually. That's a pretty cool touch. On the back of the shoe, you got the Nike Air logo here, the one that's on most Nike shoes. Like I said, not too much branding. That's in white at the back of the shoe, so it sticks out. And it looks good on the back of that shoe, like it does on most Air Force Ones. Also, another subtle change they did to the shoe is, as you can see here, they got rid of a lot of the eyelets on there. So the lacing system changes. And with doing that, you pretty much get this X lacing system where you got 4 lace holes, which are the eyelets. And you pretty much just lace through those, and you get this cool looking X symbol right here. A lot of people are gonna change that up. They're gonna lace it a little bit different if they can. And we just don't see what people can do with it, but that's a pretty cool little touch. And you also get your little lace tag down here with the ACW logo on it. Like I said, with the upper of the shoe, that's really dope, and I like what they did with that. And also, if you look at the tongue, it also sports the ACW logo here, and that's pretty sick also, in my opinion. Now we look at the midsole and the outsole of the shoe. They didn't really do a whole bunch with the midsole and the outsole. You pretty much just got a black Air Force One midsole and a dark gray Nike Air Force One outsole. So they didn't really do too much with that, and you know, they didn't really have to. They didn't want to take away from the silhouette too much, but they did a really good job. And not, like I said, the branding on here is very subtle, and I think overall they did a good job with the silhouette. It's a black Air Force One, so you can pretty much wear it with anything. And last but not least, you pretty much get your last A Cold Wall logo on the insole of the shoe. Not really gonna see that while wearing it, but it is there. So I'm gonna give you my final thoughts on the shoe. Now, I think we got a really nice shoe here. The Nike Air Force One is a great silhouette to just play around with and see what you get. And Sammy Ross did a really good job with that. Like I said, he kind of stripped it down. Gives it the whole deconstructed look, kind of what Nike's been doing since the Off-White. And it just works with this shoe. It's a pretty cool shoe. A Cold Wall being a high fashion brand, a lot of their clothes, they're pretty straightforward, pretty subtle, nice clean cut. And I see what they were going with when they did it on this shoe also, because the shoe is very clean cut. It's a black Air Force One, so you can pretty much wear it with anything. And it's just a really dope shoe, and I kind of had to have it in my collection because originally they did a high top version of the shoe in the white and gray colorway. Now that version now is going for about $2,000, but I know last year it was almost impossible to get. I think it came out the year before last, if I'm not mistaken, but it was impossible to get. So last year when they announced this version, the low top version, I fuck with low top Air Force Ones more than I do the high top anyway. So I kind of had to have this one in my collection, and I think it's just a really dope shoe, and I'm kind of glad I copped it. I'm not gonna say go out and get it, because it's not for everyone, but resale wise, the shoe's not going for that much right now. So if you do want it, and you can't find your size on Nike or Kith or any of the other sites, buy for resale. You'll probably get it for cheaper than for retail right now, and that's not a bad thing at all. But I know the white pair may be going for a little bit over retail. I think this one was running under last time I checked. But either way, any one of those shoes, you can get them for a decent price. You're not paying too much for it, but it's a really dope shoe. Now, if you like what you saw here today, you like the shoes, you like the video, you like what I did with the video, leave a like on this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this shoe. Let me know what you think of just Air Force Ones in general. What you think of A Cold Wall if you're a fan of that. And I have nothing else for you guys today, so peace out.